Bro, what? What? Josh, are you crying again?
I love it.
Oh my God.
I love it, dude.
Stop. I didn't. It's not. Stop.
This reaction and review is brought to you by Stacked. Stacked is a new free social video platform where communities can watch, react, and comment on videos together.
We're really excited to be partnering with Stacked, and we're actually going to be uploading some of our newest content, some of our older favorites,
And even some of our Patreon exclusives for you to watch and react to together.
Stacked is truly a fun and unique way to watch videos that adds to the overall community experience.
Think of it as a watch-along or a watch party. On Stacked, your comments will appear across the screen in real time. And there's even an audience bar for you to see how many people have watched the video with you.
So make sure to join us and check it out for yourself.
It's completely free to sign up too. All you gotta do is click the link in the description below and use code VOLUME1 to sign up.
So basically, you don't gotta be stacked to get stacked. All you gotta do is click the link below to learn more.
So again, huge shout out to Stacked. Now let's get right into the reaction. We said this in the previous episode, but this has been an incredible journey from start to finish. We've had small, minor nitpicks here and there, but overall, this has been an amazing series and one of the most successful, if not the most successful anime live action adaptation that I've ever seen. Super excited to get into the second half of the Arlong Park arc to see how it is adapted because it was off to a great start. Give Emily Rudd an Emmy. Call her Emmy Rudd.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, let's get that hashtag
You were
going.
thinking about that? That's
No,
really good.
No, it just popped in my
Wow.
head. We've been waiting long enough. Let's just jump into our reaction and discussion of episode 8, Worst in the East.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, the tattoo. It's a stick and poke too. Oh my God. Nobody has a tattoo gun?
From now on,
Prison shit.
you belong to me. You draw maps. For me, you have a gift. And I'm going to use it to rule these seas. You'll pay me 100 million berry. I don't care how you get it. Steal it if you have to. When you're able to pay, I promise you, you and your town will have your freedom.
Lion ass fool. Arlong.
I always keep my promises.
I mean, how can you even say that?
What's going on? Michiko told us about your sacrifice. We didn't know. Can you ever forgive us?
There's nothing to forgive.
We're gonna march on Arlong Park. If those fishmen want to fight,
That's not a fight, that's a massacre. You will all be killed. No, I won't let you do that.
This is our fight. Right, guys?
Every creature has a weakness.
Even bulletproof ones? I'll know it when I see it. When I do, I won't hesitate.
Let's fucking go. Whoa. All of these title cards have been so sick, dude.
I said, well, God, what a pleasure to see you. You might not think it's a pleasure
Sweating.
when you hear what I have to say.
Yeah.
We also have word that Arlong and his fishmen have been running wild across these islands.
But there is a new crew in these parts, led by a ruthless killer, pirate in a straw hat. I'll make sure these pirates taste the steel of my blade.
You'll do no such thing.
There they are, the smoke bombs.
Let's go. Ooh. Seeing them all together, the court. Damn.
He said shit.
What is this place?
Just grab our map and get out of here. You let me stop wearing them when I was 12. Said it was a birthday gift.
But you just got here.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yes. They're doing it. Chu versus Usopp.
Oh, that's why.
Let's go, Sanji. Woo! So sick.
I had that one. If you had him, then I wouldn't have got him.
You betrayed me. For what?
You told Nezumi about my stash.
With these maps, I will create a world where the fishermen reign supreme. Could you have used her so effectively?
Use?
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Nami isn't some tool to be used. She's
Whoa.
a person with wants and dreams of her own, and you took those away from her.
So I'm gonna kick your ass just like I did theirs.
Let's go, Luffy.
One misses with my friends.
You can escape me, Nami!
You think you can escape me, dummy? Oh, Oh my god.
You look tired.
Maybe you ought to get back in the kitchen.
Luffy needs us.
Let's go.
This guy here, you don't know what Luffy needs?
I know he needs my cooking. Oh, someone feeling threatened. Shut up! I can feel my toe.
Of course he is.
Yes.
Buggy's gonna be up to the most buggy shit of all time right now.
Even remembered.
Hey, so, I'm gonna get out of here.
Hey!
Ooh.
Oh.
Too bad, little one. Just when we're starting to have some fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Netflix, where you going?
You said
You haven't
Netflix?
even tried my hot
Neck
Hey,
flaps.
Netflix.
Still won't save you.
I need a season
Try
2.
one of my new patented fire rounds.
Ooh.
Yes.
I don't catch fire.
Maybe you don't, but alcohol does.
special attack, exploding star.
Woo! He's also naming his attacks.
Take that! The great Captain Usopp fails another notorious villain.
No one's around.
See, it's
How dare you strike down my brothers?
Ooh, here it goes.
Ooh.
Fishman karate, you say?
What's that? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Sanji and Zoro versus
Yeah.
Karubi fight.
Woo!
Oh, in live action, it looks so much crazier.
Alan Parker's her home.
you mean her prison. You'd be nothing without her.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can't beat you, but I can destroy everything you've built.
Woo!
Yeah, that was cool as hell, dude.
You don't ever badmouth on me.
Now you've done it.
Kotlet! Collier!
Woo! They're all singing their tags.
Han! Bouton shot!
Let's fucking go.
Great fighters call out their finishing moves. Yeah, you're gonna fit in just fine.
Fear the great Captain Usopp is!
Oh, you guys are pretty good in here. Oh, good job, guys.
Throw me!
Okay.
Oh. Fuck yeah, dude.
No! Only human can bring down all of us!
Yes. Let's fucking go! We saw bits of that in promotional material and trailers, but
Oh my
all
god.
together,
That was insane.
that was absolutely
That was
insane.
Oh my god.
You are our friend!
Whoa,
We are
the
your
shot.
crew!
I get a little
I
emotional
know,
right there.
I know.
Fuck. Oh shit, cut that out. The music.
I know.
The cinematography
Nami's
of it
theme,
all,
that
man.
theme. Oh my god. Shout out Aurora. Oh,
You should really write a cookbook, you know.
Well, you know, a true artist never reveals his secrets, but could be taught to offer some private lessons.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's the least you can do, considering I saved your ass from those fishmen. What? I saved your ass. How do you figure? You don't even get your hands dirty. At least I don't need 3 swords to prove I'm a man.
dang.
Wow.
Completely alone. The great Captain
They're
Usopp
having the
staring
party.
death. So I pulled my trusty slingshot. And I didn't stop until I single-handedly defeated Arlong and his deadly crew. With a little help.
Three cheers for Captain Usopp! We couldn't have done it without him!
Oh!
He's gonna slap the shit out of him.
Arrest them.
So, the Straw Hats didn't destroy Cocoa Village. It was all along.
You have your orders, Cadet.
Oh, shit.
No.
What did you say?
I said no, sir.
Me too.
Oh, shit.
Why? Oh, why is this
Anyone
scene
else
getting me
like to follow their
too?
lead? Any of them move. Make sure it's the last. I gave you every opportunity to follow my path.
No, Grandpa. I've always been a pirate.
Give it up.
That's not really my thing.
No way! What the
I
fuck?
know. I know.
No way!
Show me what you've got. To be a pirate? Well, I'll show you what Marines do to pirates.
Wow. God damn, Garb!
When are you gonna learn that you can't win?
Yo! And he's really not even trying right now.
No.
Thought I trained you better than this.
Yes.
Grand Line isn't some child's game. You aren't ready.
But I'm never giving up on my dream. I'm going to the Grand Line, and I will find the One Piece, and I will be king of the pirates.
Whoa.
I feel so emotional this morning, damn.
Oh my god.
I don't know why this is getting me right
Garb.
now. That's the most, that was like a screenshot of Garb from the anime.
Lower your weapons. What are you all standing around for? Arlong's pirates is still on the loose.
Oh, here we
What about
go.
these straw
Shut up.
Arrest them too. They are the real criminals.
Oh, good. I'm glad it was Nami too. Fucking cracked his skull open.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I'd never be able to change your mind. You're stubborn, just like me. But I know who you are, boy. I just needed to make sure you knew it too.
Couldn't you have gone a little bit easier?
Where's the fun in that? You're on your own now.
No, I'm not. I have my friends.
Yay.
My life is finally my own again. I can move forward with my head held high. That's what you always wanted, right? I'm sorry I didn't understand the sacrifices you made for me. But now I do. I know what it means to fight for your family. And I promise I will never lose sight of that. I hope you'd be proud of me.
She was always proud of you. How's your arm?
Chills.
A little sore.
Do you really have to leave? I was just starting to like you again.
As nice as that is, I do need to go.
No matter how far you go, you will always have a place here to return to. This will always be your home.
That was all so beautifully done, man.
Kobe, what the heck are you doing here?
Kobe! To see yourself? I wanted to show you something.
This is it. This is it.
You got your face on a wanted poster.
He loves it. He loves it.
Yes! Oh, whoa! Whoa! It's the highest bounty in the East Blue.
Woo!
You're a wanted man now. That's exactly what I wanted. Guess this is goodbye then.
Goodbye, Kobe. Be a good Marine.
Be a good pirate.
This all works so well, man.
Oh, the Mary. Oh.
Guys! Check it out. Hey, look! I'm famous!
What do you want about? That's Luffy's wanted poster. Not just Luffy.
With that price on your head, every bounty hunter in the East Blue will be gunning for you.
Not just Luffy, they're gonna be gunning for all of us.
Then it's a good thing we're not staying in the East Blue. We're going to the Grand Line.
Oh, oh my god. Josh, are you crying again?
I love it.
Oh my god.
I love it, dude.
Oh, Kaya.
Oh, man.
30 million? I'll kill the little shit myself.
If you don't, I will.
Alvina?
The team up? Oh.
Yeah!
A hell of a first bounty. I guess there is some of me in him after all.
I don't regret my actions. I'm ready to accept my punishment.
Me too.
I love them so much, dude.
Following orders doesn't make you a good Marine. It's following your code. All men have their own brand of justice, and you both followed yours, so...
So you're not going to punish us?
Well, I wouldn't say that. My training methods have been called the worst kind of punishment.
Time to hit the bags.
So, you think you're up for it?
Better train us yourself.
Well, you want to get stronger, don't you?
Yes, sir. I want to be worthy of holding my own against someone like Luffy.
And you? What do you want?
I want to show people that Roanoke Azaro isn't the only one that knows how to use swords. I want to get stronger too.
Oh, shit. Ah, besties.
Oh, whatever.
Maybe the old chef was right. It is your turn. Your training begins tomorrow.
Cute.
Wow, man.
Oh,
is that
shit?
It is. Is
Yep.
that? Oh,
This is an
fucking
unusual
shit.
place for a man of your stature.
Afraid I'm not in the mood for a duel today, Hawkeyes. A wee bit hungover.
I'm not here to fight. Not when you're half the man you used to be.
I could still take it. And with one arm tied behind my back.
I
Ooh.
recently ran into someone who might be of interest to you. A boy you mentioned long ago.
Luffy.
It's Luffy. He's a pirate.
I guess we better watch our backs.
That's so fucking funny. Guess we better watch our backs. Okay,
Yeah.
Yasef, okay.
Somber old son of a gun, drink with us.
I suppose a drink wouldn't hurt.
This is cause to celebrate.
So what do you think?
All I'm thinking is like I literally want more
It's a
in
little
this.
piece
in
of
this.
home to take with you on our journey.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, cute.
It's perfect.
Oh,
We actually have something for you too.
Fuck yeah. Wow, man.
Straw hats! All hands on deck for a cast-off ceremony!
I'm gonna find the old blue.
Aww.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
It's too good. It's too
I'm gonna
good.
be the world's greatest swordsman.
I'm gonna draw a map of the world.
Stop.
I'm gonna become a brave warrior of the sea.
This is it, crew? The Grand Line. Nothing's gonna stand in our way!
Theme music. Oh my god. That episode fucked me up.
Yay!
Wow. Wow.
Stop. I didn't. It's not.
Smoker.
Oh,
Smoker.
fuck.
Smoker. Bro, he looks so sick too. What did I fucking say? I said it might be Croc, but that's kind of crazy now. But about that shot, like the from behind of a character.
Mhm.
Oh my god, that episode fucked me up. Absolutely incredible from start to finish. I'm speechless. Everything that wasn't necessarily canon from the anime and manga was woven in and thematically tied in to everything so incredibly well. I was so emotional during those scenes and those moments and getting to see Garp and Luffy and even Kobe and Luffy and El Beppo and Kobe. I mean, damn, plus them restating and restating their dreams as they put their feet on the barrel, entering into the Grand Line. I mean, Arlong. Oh, I'm gonna pass out.
Oh my god.
I literally and genuinely teared up
A lot.
like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Mihawk and Shanks, like
It
everything.
was so sick.
I need a minute. Go off, Queen. Go off.
It was amazing. I mean, it was amazing. What a great way to finish up the season and to get people excited for the next. I mean, you really feel their bond at the end, and you feel that they are a complete crew now, that they are willing to do anything for each other, and that is to the actors' credit. It was just amazing. I mean, all of the effects from the fishmen swimming in the water to the sword fighting to Usopp's battle, like, I mean, everything from start to finish. I mean, I did not expect Garp and Luffy to be fighting. That was crazy shit right there. And to see a little bit of something that we saw earlier in the season, just glimpses. That's what I'm really enjoying, because it hasn't been really talked about yet at all. I don't even think in the series at this point it's been talked about. Just a different ability that, if you don't know, we'll talk about more in like the spoiler section maybe, but you know what I'm talking about, and people that know just like glimpses of it. It's so insane. It was entertaining from, you know, beginning to end. Of course, there's things that we talked about watching the series that, you know, at times were just kind of, I don't want to say, like I said, wedged in, but I want to like take that kind of back. I would say that things that needed to happen throughout the season because of what needed to fit in. And I think that by the end of it, those things really didn't matter, because it was tied up so beautifully, so well done. And going forward, if we do get a second season, which I'm betting on, that they're setting it up so great. I mean, this was just the beginning, and that's what this saga felt like. Yeah, it was just a blast. You know, it's not perfect, but it's damn near. It's damn near. It's just so, you can, as a One Piece fan, like, just fall in love. Like, I just feel like I fell in love with all of the depictions of the characters and the set designs and everything. You could just tell how much love was in this show, and that's what I love the most about it. And I will recommend it to like anyone, really. I mean, it's so much fun. I think anyone can watch it, and as a One Piece fan, I mean, how could you not love it?
Yeah, I want to say that for me, I mean, a couple of things I wanted to talk about regarding this episode specifically and how it all wrapped up. I had also mentioned previously that I could feel the pacing the most, and felt like an arc and its pacing suffered slightly the most in the second Baratier episode. But what was important to nail was that by the end of the first season, that they all feel like a crew, that they all feel like they have a connection with each other and to each other and a family. And they do, all of them. All of them feel, the bond between them feels so real and so strong. And getting to play more with that Zoro-Sanji dynamic is what really like solidified Sanji as that final sort of like piece in this like core four, as he just sort of so seamlessly blended in and just like fit in to this family, especially with that line about all great fighters call out their finishing moves, and Zoro saying you're going to fit in just fine. We had kind of speculated, were Luffy and Buggy, were they going to be the only ones that were calling out their moves? Like, how is it going to work? But to see in this episode, to see Usopp and to see Sanji, I mean, there was even a kick from Sanji where you really feel the force of his kick as he's calling out his move. It was so absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like that in my life. There was so much to squeeze in. And I think, you know, they paid homage like they have done consistently throughout to these moments we talked about. And we'll talk more about it when we talk about the source material differences and everything like that. But they paid homage to a lot of key moments. Kobe and Luffy are, you know, paralleling each other, both wanting to be good people, but having different dreams. But Garp, it being confirmed that Garp, he is worried about Luffy because he doesn't, it's like a parent or a grandparent, like knowing the harsh realities of the world and fearing that their child, their grandchild isn't ready for it yet. No matter what they say, as ambitious and rambunctious as they might be, not knowing the harsh realities and fearing that they're not ready. So this was all him putting Luffy through the absolute worst he possibly could to make sure that he was not only ready to do that, but so that he knew, so that Luffy knew he was ready to do that. Even though Luffy never really like questioned that, but he in that line says, I wanted you to know.
Yeah, no, I think that like that's why all the added scenes of Garp and Kobe and Helmeppo and Garp trying to look for Luffy and his dialogue between him and Luffy, like it works and it makes sense. I mean, like after what Garp hopefully saw after Arlong Park, like Luffy's not just like running amok and like stealing and drinking and doing bad things. Like Luffy is helping people in every step of the way that he's gone through his journey, right? Not only helping people that he doesn't know, but helping people in his crew. I mean, he's like helping them have a better life and achieve their dreams. And aside from that, helping like a village overrun by like corrupt pirates that are like ransacking and killing people. And then we have a Kuro trying to kill Kaya. Like, it's just like he's like going through, and this is like a theme throughout One Piece, obviously, going through the world with this like super optimistic attitude and a feeling of like justice, just like the Marines, just like Garp is, but a different way. And he is able to deliver people to justice, like, because the Marines sometimes don't do their job. Like, they just don't. And that's why it was so cool to see Smoker at the end, because that has a lot of significance to like both of those themes, right? It's very exciting. And it is funny to see, I guess we could talk about it more in like the spoiler section, like the similarities between like Smoker and Kobe that they're doing with the live action in a way. Again, like the cinematic themes that they've added in order to make a good live action or just to make good television. And you could argue that, well, One Piece wouldn't need to have these additions. You know, One Piece as a story, just adapt the story one for one and you'll have a great story. Like, why change anything? Why take anything out? Why add these scenes with Garp and Kobe? And it's important in live action because the people that are not familiar with One Piece, that don't know anything about it, this is like what it needed to be.
Yeah, it needs to feel self-contained in terms of being a first season of television.
Exactly.
And it needs to have so many moments at the end that come full circle, a bow that is being tied. And so reiterating all of their dreams, I mean, how it starts from how it ends.
And them taking off to the Grand Line.
And them taking off to the Grand Line. Like, I know people are not upset, but wondering or curious. And maybe some people are a little bit bothered by like another arc getting cut. But, you know, it makes for a cleaner, better, like full circle moment. And the way it has been like structured for live action television is, like we said, you know, it has the highs. You know, we see in the Baratier, like Luffy as a captain, our main character, his low, into the finale, which is very triumphant, a forming of this official forming of this group. This is the nature of live action television. And this is what Oda was even saying. You know, there's going to be changes. There are going to be changes. I'm trusting people because they have experience in this medium.
Like, I have experience in manga. I might have some experience in animation, you know, like writing movies and working with teams in that way in animation. But this is like a whole other beast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like One Piece, right? With having a crew. Like, you know, Luffy can't cook. Luffy can't navigate. Luffy can't fight with swords, so he relies on other people in order for them to make his crew the best it could be. And that's what Oda did. Like, just, you know, he trusted these people, and he knew that this was the time that it was going to be, you know, it was going to be good. I mean, he said he'd waited for so long because he wanted like technology to catch up. And it's even like the new generation is kind of like what he was waiting for with all of these things and all these people that love this story and grew up with this story. I mean, it just works.
Yeah, and not just technology. I mean, I think that it was also smart to wait until a point where studios or people within those studios like had faith to adapt these things properly, you know, because there was a time and era where people were like, I mean, you just had some very loose threads of things, you know, if you know, I don't know, there were some really wild adaptations. So I think that we've come a long way in terms of like adapting things too. And so Oda, like he said, as long as the heart of it was there, and he watched every single episode. You got to be crazy to think that he didn't see every single thing and give it a stamp of approval. It had what it needed to have. Its core, it was true to the world, to the characters, to the moment. I think it was exceptional at everything it did. I think the most I felt it again was the second episode of the Baratier. And I talked about having that slight nitpick in phrasing when we were cutting to the Belmere and Nami and Nojiko flashback. But these are like very, very small nitpicks. I mean, overall, I've been kind of struggling thinking like what I would even like rate this show. We normally don't do that, but I mean, if I had to, I would honestly say and can comfortably say that this is number one, the best live action anime adaptation, period. 2, I would say maybe a 9. The lowest I would go is 8.5, but I think I'm comfortable at a 9.
It's funny because when we had watched the first episode, when we went to that fan screening in Santa Monica a couple days before it came out, we were rightfully so, I think, hyping it up because it was that good. The first episode was such a great start to the whole series, and we just knew that, like, oh, it's going to only get better. It's only up from here, which it was. And people in the comments are saying, oh, maybe they're just hyping it up, or maybe because of, being with the crowd and the ambiance and being surrounded by One Piece fans. Like, of course, it would hype anything up. But after people started watching it and it started coming out, they were like, oh, yeah, I thought you were just like capping. Like, I really thought you were just capping because of the experience. But no, it was actually pretty good. And I just want to like drive that home because, of course, we love One Piece. We cosplay characters. We have figures. I mean, we read it religiously and talk about it religiously because it's such a great story and we love it so much. But as a person and people who do watch a lot of television and just like regular media, movies, not anime related, not manga related, I can say that, like, I don't want people to think we're just so biased in the sense that, like, we just think it's that good because we like One Piece. I think that anyone can enjoy this. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that will enjoy this, that will like this. And we had mentioned it before, but talking to someone that is not really into anime, not really into manga, maybe seen a couple, but maybe not at all, you can talk to them about this series, this first season, and you can share that love, but with two different forms of media. I think that's so special. And I think that they did a great job in making this kind of like a jumping off point so that you can make those connections. It's just so special to like connect these two worlds.
I think they did something incredibly difficult. I would say borderline what a lot of people thought to be impossible, not just in terms of adapting an anime, but in adapting an anime as wacky and crazy as One Piece.
And making it like a high budget television show, like that is actually that you can consume without knowing everything about the series.
That honestly, and I'll even go a step farther, and this is where I'm probably gonna make people have some feelings. It's just my opinion, dude. I think that this is such a good representation. I don't condone or advocate for anybody skipping anything. If you're gonna get into One Piece, and if you like the first season of this live action, I encourage you to go back and read everything. I encourage you to go back and watch everything, depending on what you prefer. This is in no way have we ever said this is a replacement for that, because I think the source material is so good. But I think that if you for whatever reason just like picked up,
that's kind of crazy.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I think I don't know.
I'm not saying you should.
No, I know, but that would be kind of confusing with all the Garp and Kobe and Helmeppo stuff.
I really don't think it would be. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not saying anybody should.
I don't know, dude.
Because again, this is not a replacement for the source material. It is just another thing that we have in addition to the source material.
Yeah.
And I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying, like, I can't imagine that anybody would be that lost. I mean, they get a lot of like the really key moments. That's what this show has done so incredibly well. Is it might have not been able to adapt every single scene and every single moment, but the key moments, the core moments, the most important moments were adapted or paid homage. But just rest assured, again, I am 100% telling you that if you've never read it or watched it, you need to go back and read and watch it, because there are so many things that, because of time and budget and the structure of a live action series, they could not include. So I encourage everybody to go back and read it and watch it so that you can experience all those moments, because there's so many. I'm just saying people wouldn't get people. It's I think it's done so well that people won't get confused.
Your typical Joe.
Hot take.
You're stressed.
I don't know. I'm not stressed.
Your typical Joe, I guess, that's not really into anime or manga, I would see them maybe not even doing that, maybe just waiting for the second season. But if they're like itching, it's like, it's like Game of Thrones, right? You have the show and there's a book already. People that are like waiting for the new seasons to come out, they want to get that. They want to scratch that itch, so they're going to read it. Like Harry Potter, like the first movie that comes out. Okay, I'm going to read all of the books now because I need to know what happens. I think this is like a great way to make people interested, and I think they already are, right? I mean, I know people that want to get the full story before something comes out, a TV show, a movie. I mean, it's huge. It's all over the world. Not like One Piece hasn't been for the past, 25 years. Just, what is it? What does Taz say?
Oh yeah, you know One Piece, right? The biggest Japanese manga on the planet.
Yeah, but yeah, I am very, very. It was everything that I could have expected and more. My expectations were very high, and I would say that like it met them. It met them. Obviously, there's things that were cut out, things that changed, but the heart is there, and that's the most important thing. Those key moments are there, like you were saying. That's the most important thing. You could feel the love throughout the season, and you could feel the actors just loving what they're doing, and it was just a blast.
And I guess because I was thinking about it more, I guess the only thing that would be like, or the thing that would probably be the most confusing would just be Smoker. Not necessarily like, I don't even think all the added like Garp and Kobe and Helmeppo stuff would make anything beyond that confusing, but just jumping into where this season kind of leaves off, you wouldn't have like the best introduction to Smoker. So I think that's the one thing that wouldn't necessarily like make it super easy to just jump right in. But I think for the most part, a lot of the heart, a lot of the core moments, like you'll get. I mean, again, the show did what was thought to be impossible, what everybody was saying could not be done. And there were so many people that as more things were coming out, rightfully so, people have been hurt. We've all been hurt. We're saying that I'm not getting too excited, and I get it. But this is, to me, best case scenario, what this does for the future of anime, what this does for the future of anime adaptations. Now, this is something that studios have to look to and have to get right. Like, they can't just get greedy and say like, okay, it works, so we're just gonna do it and make another Dragon Ball Evolution or make another
I'm sure
Netflix
that's
Death Note.
What's gonna happen?
I mean, I hope not. I hope that they
well, they're going to. It's like, again, like that's why I think that it's on such a different level, and the people behind it, the cast, the crew, the directors, the writers, everyone involved, the OST, everything is so well done. It's going to be so hard, and people are going to have to work their asses off in order to feel what we felt during these episodes, because it's like from top to bottom, the Easter eggs, the things that you would miss in the background, like it's just so much. And I feel like other studios, like they're gonna have to fight for their fucking life. Yeah. They're gonna have to fight for their life, because you have to put, in order to make like the One Piece community, like in general, and people that have been caught up with the series, have been reading the series, watching the series, like they really made everyone happy, and that's like the hardest thing to do.
And that's why I want to give all the credit in the world to like everybody who worked on this show, like down to the showrunners and the actors and the set designers and the wardrobe, the makeup, every department, the DPs, the directors, everybody absolutely crushed it. I got emotional so many times throughout that final episode because it was One Piece. And that is crazy to say out loud. Anything else you want to say about the episode that's general before we get into the more like spoilery and not necessarily full-blown spoilers, but just like things that happen in the source material versus what we got in the final episode? Good? You had talked specifically about the moment with Usopp by the pool, and they didn't do it, but they did a little nod to it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that was cool. The catch-up bit. I remember, like, that was, like, one of my key memories with Usopp. That was just a really funny gag.
That was a funny gag, but it was a crazy moment, too. I remember at the time, I was like, no way. I don't know, maybe not even that, like, I don't know that she killed him, but that she, like, shot him at all. Like, I don't know. I was just like, whoa.
That was crazy. They took that away, but it was still like, again, a tip of the hat. We didn't really touch on how, I mean, in the episode we did, but like how amazing taking down Arlong Park, taking down the map room. We talked about anime episode. We talked about when the Mihawk sequence came on, his introduction. That was anime. That whole episode had a bunch of like those like anime-esque moments, and that was ripped out. Like that was completely ripped off the page. I mean, down to the foot in the air coming out of the building, like it was shot for shot, like it was absolutely insane. So well done. I mean, that whole sequence of Luffy coming out and talking to Nami, and it was perfect. It was a great way to just like put a bow on the whole season. Arlong Park in general, reading the manga, Arlong Park was heavy throughout the whole thing. So I'm glad that these two episodes felt heavy. You felt that history. You felt the time that has passed between the characters. You felt just everything. And that was so important because it was just like a heavy arc.
Yeah.
And I think they did a great job.
That scene was adapted so well. It was a great moment, a highlight, obviously, of the entire series.
Yeah.
I like how they even sort of like nodded to other things. You know, I always thought it was really funny during that specific arc in the anime and manga when they're taking the teeth from Arlong and they're using the teeth. You know, they kind of paid homage to that by Luffy breaking some of his teeth and then them growing back. But it was crazy in live action. I was like, oh. But yeah, they even did things like that I really enjoyed. Kurubi versus both Sanji and Zoro. The fight in general was choreographed super well, and we got the moments of dialogue between Zoro and Sanji throughout. And so I thought it was done exceptionally well. And again, you know, Buggy is not here. Buggy is not here in the anime and manga, but him being here, it doesn't disrupt things too much. He kind of stays quiet in the bag in the rucksack for a lot of it, but then gets his body and dips out.
Yeah.
This is something that they've done masterfully throughout, which is adding new things, but not letting those things derail the main plot. Garp and all these Kobe Helmet scenes, not there, but they just fit so incredibly well.
I did also want to talk about the uses and the showing already of like hockey.
Well, let's get into the spoiler, full blown.
Hockey, crazy.
I mean, just this subtle glimpse and seeing Garp and the way he moved.
It was like the air around him. I want to like rewind that part because it was so subtle, but you could just it was crazy. You know, we saw it with Shanks too. Like it's just amazing that they're paying that off because they didn't need to do that with Garp because Garp, this isn't canon, him fighting Luffy like this. Like that's not real. They didn't have to show it, but they did again to drive it home of like, if you don't know what it is now, there's something, you know, he's got something else.
People who don't know anything about the series wondering like, does this man have a devil fruit? Like what is going on?
Yeah, no, he's just that fucking strong.
I think it was a great way to show it too because we see throughout the season, we see them going up against Kuro. We see them going up against Buggy and Arlong being the toughest of everybody they've had to fight. But now Garp at the end seems like he is so and because he is. But like I think that was a good way of showing that. Like the Grand Line, shit. You thought these motherfuckers were tough? Just wait.
I'm so curious. I wish I could be a fly on the wall or even know or see an interview at some point of Oda's like opinions about these scenes that were added between like Garp and Kobe and Helmeppo. Like and to like hear what he had to say about like Garp and his direction in this first season. Because I mean, to be honest, you know, Garp is a hard ass. Garp did train Luffy. Garp wanted him to be a Marine, but in the live action, they really, really made him the hardest of asses. There was parts where he was like, you know, sweet and he would laugh and it'd be fun. But, you know, in the manga, this fool does not take anything seriously at all. Towards, you know, we see glimpses of him taking shit seriously, but he's kicking up his feet. He's laughing about shit. He's eating. He doesn't give a... He really does not take shit seriously sometimes. And he was so serious here. That was such a... I mean, it was a shift that I just made in my brain to be like, this is just how it's going to be. But it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard to see him like this. And that's why you said that, like, you know, maybe people could like watch this and then go into One Piece. And not saying that you like condone that, but if they did, you know, they get the vibe of One Piece, right? But Garp, that vibe is completely different. I think they'd be so thrown off if they started reading and they were like, why is he just like laughing and shit? Like what?
Yeah. No, I
you know what I mean? And Garp specifically, everyone else, Kobe, Helmet. I think that they took a lot of. Do you agree with me with the Garp situation?
I agree, but I think it was all to because at the very end, I really felt it. It was all to really drive home that familial rather grandfather grandson like relationship. Like it was all to drive that home, and I think that it was very successful in doing that because it pulled on my heartstrings a little bit. For sure. And obviously we're in the spoilerly. We see it later on in the manga and in the anime, but like there's a reason why he's so fucking hard on Luffy because of his other son. I mean his son. I really thought I was going to hear him say brother at some point based on the way and the intensity of how he was delivering those lines. I thought he was going to say you did this. I gave everything to you and, you know, your brother. I don't know. I just thought he was going to drop that.
I
at some
mean,
point.
brother, he could have mentioned Ace, but his son, Dragon.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true, too.
he already fucked up. That's why Luffy was like,
He could have said your father. Yeah.
and he didn't even really try to have that conversation with Ace. Literally, like in the live action, like the complexities of like Garp, Luffy, Dragon, Ace, it's so intense. Like Garp literally like executed Ace's dad and then grew up with Luffy, which is his grandson, and then died at the... It's so crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Like all of their relationships and seeing Garp, oh my god, it's painful. It's so painful. And knowing all the context, seeing him deliver these lines, because his heart's just breaking. And Luffy, of course, it's going to happen if there's a season, season 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to get that reveal of like, oh yeah, that's my dad.
We're gonna get the dragon reveal in season 2.
We're gonna get the Ace reveal. I mean, there's so many things that are going to be revealed that are, it's hilarious, because how does Luffy's connected to all these powerful people? How on earth is he connected to all these powerful people? I mean, Shanks, I feel like Shanks in live action seems way more happy for Luffy than he did in the manga for some reason.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm misremembering, but so he's like, oh wow, he actually did it. Like, that's so sick.
But that's why I want to give kudos to the actor that played Garp again, because like you were saying about him executing Goldie Roger, or being part of the execution, and then raising Goldie Roger's son.
Yeah.
But then Goldie Roger's son Ace, being brothers with Luffy, who is the grandson of the father, or
and
the person who killed his father. Like,
and also your son's son, like the head leader of the Revolutionary Army. Like, there's so many. Like, Garp's a fucking crazy character.
I felt the weight.
Exactly.
Of all of that. I mean, because, obviously because
Exactly.
we know, but like, I just feel like the actor did such a good job. I felt pain. I felt, history. I felt all of it through the way he was delivering those lines. Like, I felt how, what he must have gone through with Dragon and what he must have gone through with Ace already. Like, what we're seeing of him here, he's already gone through those things. Not the execution of Ace, but like
the loss of his son.
Dragon.
Essentially, the loss of his son.
Yeah, leaving to do whatever he did. And Ace leaving to do what he did. He's not dead yet, but he's gone. I just felt it.
He was like holding on to, and I mean,
he was holding on to Luffy.
Yeah,
because he was the last one.
And he thinks like Garp, I don't think was super close to Sabo. It was like Luffy and Ace, obviously, but Sabo's dead. Like, like it's so crazy. And the connection with Sabo and Dragon, like, Oda's a fucking madman for that shit. This little family, excluding all the Straw Hat Pirates, Dadan, like, oh.
That would have been cool if we would have got a glimpse of Dadan. Just a glimpse.
Her seeing the wanted poster.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we might get it when we got Makino getting it. I thought we might get it. People are like, who's that? But we would know. That would have been a great moment to do that in. Or
Ace.
That would have been even crazier. Just the back.
Or Dragon. I want everyone. Okay, there's this picture going around of a woman that is in the execution scene, and she has earring on, and she has some necklaces on, and she looks very like stand out from everyone else there. And people are speculating, because guess who else was at the execution? Crocodile. So everyone is like, the Croc mom is real. Like,
come on.
This is Crocodile. Like, if you see the picture, like, that would be insane. I know it would be insane. Everyone's like, come on, let it die. Like, it's enough. And enough is enough. But like, I don't know. She looks different from everyone else. She's a clear shot of her face. You have to see it. It's absolutely wild. Like we said, like, this is crazy, because yesterday we literally sat down to record for 11 hours.
Yeah.
And we took breaks in between, but not too many. And I haven't been really on like Twitter or Instagram or YouTube even, like, and we're recording the next day again, the last episode, because we wanted to like have a refreshed mind and talk about our thoughts more eloquently than we would have last night. But like, dude, I don't know what everyone's, I know people are excited, I know people are hyped, but I just feel like if the internet wasn't like breaking before, like, it's definitely breaking now. I want to know everyone's thoughts and opinions. And by the time this comes out, you guys will have already seen probably all the episodes because the way we're releasing them. But let us know how you feel about it still. If you're still feeling it as heavy,
and I think that,
as we are in this moment the day after it came out.
The reason that we wanted to do it that way too is because we didn't want to be affected by any outside sort of opinions. I know people are going to have very strong opinions about this adaptation. And I want to reiterate again, just to be clear one last time, that I don't think that this live action adaptation adaptation in any way as a replacement for the source material, but I think that they did an excellent job at adapting the East Blue saga and staying faithful to the spirit of One Piece.
The spirit.
100%.
The heart.
But yeah, we didn't want to be affected. People have strong opinions about One Piece. So, we just wanted to kind of like have our own reaction, our own opinion. But like Mehgan was saying, the way that we're going to release this, you'll probably see this like far into the future, not far into the future, but a couple weeks into the future when you've had more time and everybody's had more time to kind of process everything. But yeah, please let us know your thoughts. I can't wait to share this with my brother. My brothers. I can't wait to even like maybe show my dad an episode, see what my dad thinks about it. I just can't wait to show this and share this story with so many people.
In a way that they'll actually sit down and watch it. Yeah. Not like, hey, you want to watch an episode of anime? They're like, no.
That's what gets me the most excited.
I don't want to do that. And then you're like, you want to watch this new show that came out on Netflix? Okay.
Yeah.
That's how we get them.
Yeah.
That's how we get them.
Yeah. That's how we reel them in.
But there's a new way to bring people into this story.
I just want to say that this has been an incredible journey, an incredible experience. This is the best case scenario. This exceeded expectations. The best anime adaptation that's ever been made. Sorry.
Come on now. Come on.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
With everything, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that people want to just say, like, no, I think this was, and that's your opinion. But like, let's just be real. We've seen other anime live actions. Like, it's been rough. It's been rough for years. And I'm not talking about, there's like in Japan too, like there are live actions that are done really well. Bleach. I mean, even JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like that's just kind of good.
The visual effects they kind of popped off.
Yeah, and there's things that do pop off, but like from beginning to end, like an actual like television series. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on now.
Yeah, I didn't watch the JoJo movie, but I just watched the scenes with the stands, and that shit kind of went hard.
That's what I'm saying. And like Ichigo and Renji fighting.
I watched the whole movie.
That shit's good.
The visual effects are good. I just was not a fan of how they like rearranged and they introduced. I just wasn't a fan of how they changed a lot of things, but there were a lot of things that I think they did do well, and visually it was stunning. At the time, I was like, oh my god.
Death Note was visually sick. Like Ryuk was so sick, but the story fell flat.
And the OG Japanese live action, that wasn't like too bad.
They're not, but again, Dragon Ball Evolution, like there's things that are bad, like actually bad.
Last Airbender, the Shyamalan.
There's ones that are bad, but this has to be the best. It has to be the best. It has to be the best. Come on. That's fine. Okay. We said, I think
yeah. I mean, come on, it's the last episode. I just wanted to gush. I wanted to gush about how incredible this entire series was. But you're right, Mehgan. I think we've said all we could possibly say.
Yeah.
And we will probably end up saying even more over the course of this month. Please leave your thoughts, your comments, not just on this specific episode, but on this series as a whole.
Your experience, who you've shown, who you've shared it with. I want to know everyone's thoughts. Like, I really want to know what everyone has to say because we all have our own experiences.
Yeah, we've gushed about the show and we've said, all of these mostly positive things about the show, but we don't want that to discourage anybody from sharing their opinion about it. If it's not as positive, we're not here to like tear down anybody. As long as they're like expressing their feelings in just like human and adult way, like in a respectful way, like not in like a shitty way. We like to hear everybody's opinion and want to know whatever you felt, like regardless of whether it was good or bad. We respect everybody's opinion and we hope that you respect ours as well. But we do read every single comment, and liking and subscribing also really, really helps us out a lot. So if you're already subscribed, you can leave a like. That goes a long way and really does mean the world to us. If you want to see the full uncut, unedited, uncensored versions of not just this episode, but all of them, the entire first season, then you can do that by becoming a Patreon member by going to patreon.com/volume1pod, or by becoming a YouTube member by clicking join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video. You get that access to that at our lowest tier on both places. So if that sounds like something that would be interesting to you, patreon.com/volume1pod, or click join somewhere next to the subscribe button on this video. It helps us out greatly. The reason we're able to do all the things we do are because of our Patreon and YouTube member gang family. So yeah, we love you all so much. Regardless of how you show your support, we are just so appreciative of you for taking the time to click on this video and hang out with us. The only thing that's left to do now at the end of this crazy journey is to get out of here on our outro that is always the same and never changes. which today, Mehgan, is
To the Grand Line.
On to the Grand Line. I love it. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for any and all ways that you show your support. And until next time,
on to the Grand Line!
And on to season 2. Yeah, dude, gotta be getting season 2. And you look good. You look good, dude. Come on, season 2. Season 2. Season 2.